Hi guys, this is Just with a quick message before we get started. Right now, I'm offering a 2-question reading. All you have to do is click the link below. No hassle, no fuss. Click that link, make your quick payment, and immediately you'll be scheduled for your reading. And that's it. If you're interested, you know what to do. Click that link below. Yeah, and we'll set something up real soon. Otherwise, on with your reading. Take care, guys. Hi Leo, this is Just with your December 1st to the 15th, 2017 reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So Leo, it looks like some of you are definitely having some money woes. There's some money woes I see here. You could have been looking for a job. Jobs has been really hard to come by. For some of you, the process has been grueling. It's been taking a really long time. It seems like there's either been some interest in you or an offer. If there's been an offer, it could have come on the table and then come back off the table. There may have been like, we're interested, but we're not hiring right now. We're interested, but we're going to table, there's some, like, you have to wait before you can start. It may not necessarily be exactly what you thought it was going to be or what you want it now to be. So there is some issues around, again, either locking down a position, having the desired position that you want, and worrying about how now do you make more out of what you have. I know that you guys have a square with Scorpio. And Jupiter is transiting Scorpio right now. Okay. And on the other end of that spectrum, you have a square, I believe, with Taurus, and Uranus is getting ready to transit that, not until, May of 2018. But I feel like the Scorpio transit, that squaring to your sun, is the disappointments that some of you are going to find with your actions, right? Because it's your sun, so it's things that you do, it's how you feel overall. You may have recently done something. So again, going back to, not to get all over the places I'm about to, going back to those of you looking for work and it's been a frustrating situation, there has been a lot of highs and lows. We want you, you're great. Yeah, you're getting interviews, but then we're actually not hiring right now, or we're tabling this position. We're not doing anything. We're not going to make a final decision. So there's this, good things happening, and then the bubble gets burst, or you're putting so much work in, only to be disappointed in the interim. Like it's just not enough. Some of you are feeling like, it's just not enough. As many resumes I'm doing, as much as I'm selling myself, it's just not enough. If you have your own business, you're feeling like as much as you're doing, it's just not enough is what I'm getting. You're not making enough. You feel like whatever your efforts are, it seems to be in vain. Things are happening too slow. You may be feeling like the money that you were getting in last year, as opposed to what you're getting in now, is a bit worrisome. It's what it looks like to me. So even for those of you that are working, you may find that either you're not getting as many hours, or your expenses has ballooned. So there's more that's going out as opposed to you coming in. So I do see this first 2 weeks of December being a little bit of issues, and some of you may having to go back and trying to rectify some issues, communicate. So following up with old jobs, or old interviews that you've had, that sort of thing, following up with them, possibly reapplying for positions is what it looks like you may be doing for some of you. If you have a job already, you may be proposing that you want to move on to another position. So there may be this wanting to kind of like go back to something, like someone could have offered you like, hey, you could do this and you may get a little bit more money, or, there's a promotion here. And at that time you said no. Some of you may be going back and saying, hey, I'm, reconsidering. I actually kind of will want to, work extra hours, or, take on this position, that sort of thing. So I do see like this shift, wanting to kind of make a shift because of this circumstance. So kind of wanting to make a shift and everything. And just, because again, the money seems to be a bit low, it's lacking is what it seems like to me. Now, if it's not money issues for you guys, you could have started something, or you could have really like planned things and put a lot of time and attention and effort into planning something for someone or an event or something. And it kind of fell short. And you may have felt like you've wasted money, and I feel like some of you may be feeling a bit burdened by family, people around you is what I'm getting. You may be feeling, again, like you have to constantly be there for others and people are not necessarily being there for you. Now, the advice here is that all those people that you may feel like I'm there for them, but they're not there for me, I feel like they will be there for you. You have to ask yourself if you are shunning the offer to get help, if help is what you feel you need, because some people may feel like, yeah, I can ask someone to do it, but then it may not get done exactly the way I want it to get done, or it'll take longer when I know exactly how I want it done. So in that respect, then obviously it makes a lot of sense to do it yourself, but you do have help. So you just have to kind of be open to it and you have to be a little bit patient and give someone a learning curve if it's something new. So, going back to those of you who own your own business and you have a business and you may feel overwhelmed if you work and you run your own business, again, you can get help, but you just have to kind of trust someone to help you. There seems to be a decision that needs to be made as it relates to your job. Some of you may have an opportunity to start something new. I feel within that same company, there may be an opportunity for you to do something different in your current position. If some of you can relate to that, then yeah, you should take the opportunity. You may have been running yourself ragged, trying to think if this is the right thing for me. Should I do this? That sort of thing. I feel the decision will be very much needed and very heavily being weighed by you second week of December. Okay. As far as money is concerned, as I said, because it seems to be more like a money themed thing and you're really stressing, because the thought process here is that you guys are really kind of stressed and you feel stuck in a certain circumstance or situation. Things aren't necessarily working out. And you could just ... whatever, fill that in for you of what that is. So then when we look at the money aspect, you may be feeling like I can't make more money because possibly of who you're with. You may have a business partner where whatever this thing came in, you feel like, okay, now that this thing is here, opportunities that I once had is not here anymore. And things are not happening for me. And I feel like you really just need to get practical. Now, listen to this. And I want you to really be open to what I'm about to say to some of you Leos that can relate to your money issues or your issues with other people in your life, kind of bleeding you dry or wanting more from you than, what they're willing to give out. I feel like you need to get really practical. One, you need to use your voice box and you need to tell those people that, hey, I'm not a money machine. Hey, this is all that I can do. That's it. You need to meet me halfway. Hey, this is it. I'm going to do this until this time and then we're done. Whatever it is that you really need to say. Because the reality is that someone's like, how you doing today? And the person's like, oh, I'm fine. I'm great. But deep down, they feel awful and they're just not going to say it. But I feel if it is a direct correlation to the people in your life, they may be creating that for you. Communicate it. You may feel like, well, it's rude. Listen, these are people that's in your life. They're the reason why you're feeling this way because you're not saying anything. So to eliminate that, to free yourself from that, communicate. Find the right way. Don't wait until you're frustrated, aggravated, and then you say, hurtful things that people never thought you felt before or thought. Take time out, I feel, to really sift through what you really want. You have power here. You're not powerless. You're not stuck. You just need to communicate. Others of you, now that's for you, those of you who are not communicating the issues. The others of you that it's not about communication, it's more about the finances. You guys have got to be more practical. You need to tighten your belt. Yes, you want to, surprise people and the holidays are coming up and you want to do for your loved ones, and you may want to participate in the events at work and all that stuff, but you've got to be very practical. With this Jupiter squaring you guys until November of 2018, I really feel like you guys need to be a lot more practical, because then your expectations aren't going to disappoint you. Because for me, you know, and again, I'm not an astrologer, so this is far more in depth than what I'm telling you here. But a Jupiter square sun is a lot of like hot air, you know, a whole lot of hot air. Someone is telling you, oh, everything, they're giving you a kit and caboodle. Like, you can have everything. I'm going to give you da-da-da. And you never see anything materialize. So you could be blowing hot air at someone. Someone could be giving that to you. You could put in so much effort only to be disappointed, because you only, you know, what comes out of it is very nominal, you know, compared to what you're putting in. So be careful with that. If you're being very practical of like, you know, I'm going to do this, but I have no expectations, whatever comes, that's great. That's how you save yourself with that. If you feel like, hey, you know, the best way for you to not disappoint others and you not be disappointed is don't, you know, tell exactly how you feel and expect the same from people, but understand with that Jupiter square, some people might be, you know, selling you a dream and, you know, blowing a lot of hot air and, you know, out there to you. Now, for some of you, this could be affecting your fourth house, especially for you guys that has Leo rising. The reason why I'm saying that is because it looks like to me that this spread is directly correlating. And yes, for those of you who are new and this is your first time, this is a tarot reading, but it is directly correlating to like this, you know, big disappointment off of too much not being said or too much being done and just, you know, not enough results being coming out of it. So some of you, it could be around your house. You may feel like there's not enough stability at home. There's some issues at the home place is what I'm kind of seeing here. That being said, going back to money, I think I kind of veered off from that. I feel that you guys have an opportunity to reconcile your money, to start to increase money. It's not going to come, you know, as much as it did, you know, a year ago and a year and a half ago and all of that stuff. It may come, you know, as you're building, you have an opportunity to start something new that will build you, especially once we get Jupiter into Sagittarius. That's going to be far more beneficial for things for you now. So just kind of look at it like I have to kind of go low and slow right now and anticipate the end of 2018 for things to kind of shoot back up for me, even though you guys have enough in transiting in your sign right now. That being said, I feel that if you get a lot more practical and, you know, hold on to your, you know, purse strings and take your time before you make definitive decisions about things. Don't just rush off and say, I'm going to do this no matter what. You know, just kind of take your time. I feel like you're going to be really happy about that. You're really going to, you know, get to a place where you're feeling good about a situation again. But just know that it's a process. Now, as it relates to, I think I've gone so far with this, but as it relates to love, let me try to hurry up with this. I feel that some of you on the love aspect, now I have to go here and I really wasn't going to go. I haven't gone there for any of the signs, I don't think, except for, I think, Aries. But some of you just plain, and I've been seeing this, you know, echoing for a long time now. There's this situation where some of you have been courting someone. You've been like trying to be their friend, just trying to keep someone back in your life. I feel like someone left your life or you left someone's life and there was this time where there was no communication. Now it seems like the communication is kind of starting again, but on a very friendly note. So there could have been this, you know, good mornings or just checking in on you after work. It's just, you know, just being very friendly to the person, wanting that person back in your life somehow, or someone wanting you back in their life somehow. I feel like I feel like if you've been trying to get someone slowly back into your life, I feel that they may have responded in a way that you may feel like it now is transferring into something a little bit more romantic in the way that you're communicating with them. It's no longer just a friend. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's someone from your past. I'm getting that more strongly, but it could be someone new that you've met that you started off as friends. And now it's kind of like, because someone kind of made some suggestion that kind of qualifies it as something a little bit more than just a friend. And so now you've either you responded to it or someone's now, communicating. But there's this mutuality, I feel, in communicating that, hey, the tone has changed from just friends to now more of a emotional connection is what it looks like to me. But it's going slow, but there is this emotional connection. I feel with that. Now listen to me very carefully. There is this sense of things having not worked. Okay. Something you've tried to manifest, it didn't work either in the past with this person, and now there's a sense of you feeling a bit on defense, especially if they're coming back to you. If you're coming back to them, there's this sense of like, that you have to kind of tread lightly, and it may not necessarily, I'm trying to look and see here. Yeah, I feel like you may be feeling like, some of you may be feeling that you don't necessarily want to be in a friend zone with that person. So you may be trying to transition this into more of a romantic thing. Some of you, or someone is doing that to you. Okay. And the reality here is that there's some worry around this because I don't feel like you're freely available to go after someone. You're not freely available to do it. There may even be, if it's not you already involved, someone that you're trying to pursue, albeit in a very cunning sort of way, or they're involved. So there is this other party type of situation going on. And I feel that there is a lot of not keeping things honest. Like for Leo men, there may be at least 3 women. Okay. One that you're trying to be a friend to, another that you are kind of hiding a lot of things from. And that could be the mother of your child or your wife, or even someone, another outside female that could be a bit younger than you, that you make sure that she doesn't know anything. Okay. So that person, you keep all the secrets against that person or with that person. And then there's another person that you may feel you're not ready to even deal with this person, even though they're kind of there too, and you may be able to see a lot with that other person. So the third person, you may ultimately want the third person, but you're not ready. Like you're not in a position, you probably know that you're not single. You don't want to mess that up in any way. So when you're 100% ready, that's when you may even reach out to that other person, the third person. But you're in a relationship with someone, and you're trying to befriend another person, knowing that this is going to get more romantic and intimate because that's kind of the connection that the two of you have. So I feel in the second week, there's going to be this decision that you need to make about the relationship that you're in, because you may feel like this relationship has a sense of hopelessness, but then some of you may still want to work on that relationship. But here's the thing is what I'm getting from it. If you're constantly working on a relationship, and I've said this so many times to Leo, I don't know when this is going to actually change for you guys. I guess when whatever relationship you're in, it actually ends. Now, some of you may have ended a relationship, but there is going to be an underlying worry. If you've ended one relationship and you're now available and you've been kind of slowly courting another person, and that kind of propels you to say, hey, I'm going to kind of leave. I feel that it may be rocky for some of you. If you've left one and you've gone on to the other, there's going to be this rockiness in that relationship, not necessarily knowing that the situation is going to work, but you're going to try to make it work anyway. Okay, is what I'm getting. But I don't see like a full on happiness, like, oh, I'm so happy now with this person. But I do see a leaving one person behind and possible hopes of another person. Others of you, you're not leaving somebody behind. You may have left somebody behind in the past, and now somebody is kind of coming back again, or you may be having a sense of regret that you walked away from somebody and now you're kind of wanting that person back, but you're in something with someone else. You're not communicating exactly how you feel. And I feel that some of you are just going to continue to stay in what you have and try to work on that. And then you'll find yourself still trying to go out and still trying to possibly, connect with one of those people. So I would say definitely that's obviously never a good thing. And I don't want to sit here and, it's gone on 20 minutes. This is the longest one, which I hate for Leo. But I'm not going to give you a whole speech. You know the ethically correct thing that you should do. Okay. So I'll leave you with that. Others of you, and that is a huge, major part of this reading. Others of you, I feel that you need to, and if it's not, it's just a one-on-one and it's not that, then I feel that there is, you was doing something for somebody that you really loved. And I feel like this person that you're with, they may take on a lot of different kind of personalities for you. And there may be some issues with other people in your life. So it doesn't necessarily have to be other women. It could be, or you being another woman. It could be, an issue with you, your mate, and their mom, or the mom is involved, the sister's involved, or you take on different energies, or they take on different energies. And it seems like there has been like this genuine offer to do something and trying to be really kind and sweet. But the reality is that there's some money issues in your relationship. Again, going back to the not communicating as much as possible. I feel that you possibly did something from your heart, but it was half-hearted, but you did it because you felt you needed to do it. And now you're on defense because something didn't work. Okay. And it was through some ill communication. And now you're just like feeling like, you're trying to weigh, like, do I really want this, that type of thing. And you have some worry around it, or someone's worrying about it as well. And I feel like on the second week for you one-to-one relationships, that there's been some hiccups along the way in this relationship. You may just say, I'm going to just start working and just focusing on my work. I'm not going to pay this situation any attention. I feel if it keeps going that way and you guys don't kind of like rectify things, that it can get to a place where you'll try to escape and find your, try to find, what is the word? You're going to try to find some reprieve or someone to kind of like ease that down the line. So you may, and if it is an issue where you're kind of like gone and you leave and that sort of thing, you may find yourself leaving again. Okay. And you may not find yourself wanting to talk to other people about it. You may be trying to figure it all out on your own and not necessarily want to talk about it. But I do see in weeks 2 that there may be some work in this situation out, trying to work it out. So that's what I have for you guys. Sorry it's been that long. Hopefully I did not regurgitate so many things. If you would like to share in the comment section below how this relates to you, please do so. I know that this will be helpful for some of you that this relates to, because I know for a fact that this is a strong message for Leo, but it's been echoing for the longest time. If you would like a reading with me, I have placed a 2-question special in the description box below. All you have to do is click on the link, make a quick payment, and an immediate scheduling will follow. And that'll happen really quickly for you. Or if you want something a little bit different, email me, and you can find that information in the description box below, as well as the beginning into this video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is never this long, guys. And subscribe, but hopefully you've come away with some things. And subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Leo.